Did you come to play?
Hey everyone, this is Sai from Bandit. Pew 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 pew. I'm coming to you solo today without Lux, with something a little bit different. I've been seeing this video go around with unpopular K-pop opinions, but when I watch them, a lot of the people making these videos are newer age kind of K-pop fans that have been in it for maybe 2 or 3 years, and I've actually been a K-pop fan for almost 10 years. I know, old school. But I think having been a fan for so long gives me insight and a different context into my opinions and what I think about the current state of K-pop now, and gives me opinions that might be unpopular with newer K-pop fans or just with people that are listening to K-pop now. Remember, these are only my opinions. This is just how I feel. Don't take anything too personally, and if you disagree, just let me know. If you agree with what I'm saying or if you disagree, make sure you leave it in the comments below and let me know what you think. Also, before you watch this video, if you'd like to, please like it and subscribe for more. I've written down a list of things I want to say in this video, but the list was way too long, so I'm gonna make a part 1, and if you guys really like this part, I'll make a part 2. In this video, I'm gonna be mainly talking about BTS, BLACKPINK, GIDLE, and some general K-pop opinions. In part 2, if you guys want to see it, I'm gonna be talking about Twice, Red Velvet, and Momoland primarily, and some other general unpopular K-pop opinions. So first, I'm going to be talking about BTS. BTS has been hugely successful, I don't gotta tell you, everybody knows, and their international influence is insane. In a good way. It's really spreading K-pop to people that wouldn't have heard it otherwise. But my unpopular opinion is that their collaboration with Mic Drop, which I know everyone really loved, that the English in it was super awkward, and it kind of ruined the song for me. As a group that's really focusing on international expansion and have so many international fans that they want to do a collaboration meant for a Western audience, there's no reason that their English should have been so bad. Even in parts that were grammatically correct, lines like, "Did you see my bag? It's hella trophies and it's hella thick." That's not something that someone would say, and it makes Western audiences take their music less serious and seem more jokey, and that's not how K-pop fans want other people to see K-pop, and that's not how I want to see BTS. I think considering how successful they are, how smart and strategic they are, they need to have put more work into those lyrics. Because no one wants to listen to BTS and cringe. We want to show people stuff that we love and we want them to love it too. So my unpopular opinion is that the English in Mic Drop was not only cringy, but unacceptable for what they're doing. My next unpopular opinion is that K-pop fans always say they love the newest song the best. Now, I know we all get really excited for the comebacks, and we listen to the songs and we're so excited to hear something new, but I think a lot of K-pop fans, especially newer K-pop fans, they'll just automatically go and say that the newest song from their favorite group is the best song. That happened with Fake Love, it happened with ddu-du-du, but I'll talk more about BLACKPINK in a minute. I don't think that Fake Love was better than DNA. I thought DNA was an amazing song, and I mean, Fake Love was great too, but I just don't think it was better. But I see in all the polls and all the comments and everyone saying that Fake Love is the best BTS song, but I don't think it is. And even some of their songs like before DNA, like they have a really strong discography, and I don't think it's fair to say that just because Fake Love is the newest song, that it's the best song, because you need to think objectively, and I don't think it's objectively the best song, but I know that K-pop fans always like to say that the newest thing is the best thing. Moving on to BLACKPINK, I know that we have to wait so long for BLACKPINK comebacks, but that doesn't mean that we should just blindly love everything they put out. Everyone's now saying that ddu-du-du is the best BLACKPINK song, and I don't think it is, and I know that's an unpopular opinion. The first time I listened to ddu-du-du, that was the only part I could remember. I could remember one move of the choreography, the finger guns, and I could remember one line of the song, and when I tried to think of what the rest of the song sounded like, I couldn't even think of it. And even when I listened to it many times, I couldn't remember the rest of the song. And I mean, it's important to have like a catchy hook, to like be singing again, hit you with that do-do-do-do-do. But it's like, if that's the only part I'm singing, is it a good song or is that a good piece? Some of BLACKPINK's older songs have been so good that the first time you hear it, you're singing the song all the way through, and I don't think ddu-du-du-du did that. Even the choreography for the song, which I saw in an article that YG was saying it was going to be the best, like strongest, most powerful choreography. They gave them a whole dance break so they could really like show it. I don't even think the choreography was their best choreography. I know they said that they were trying to dance less feminine, like more powerful, but first off, I don't think feminine dancing means non-powerful dancing, but that's a different story. In all their previous performances with their other songs, they had so much charisma on stage, they were dancing their hearts out, so much energy, and such unique choreographies, like when the members slide underneath or things like that are just like so memorable for the choreography and just like bring the whole song to life. But I don't think ddu-du-du-du had that in any part. Obviously the gun part at the beginning of the chorus is really catchy and memorable, but I don't think the rest of the choreography necessarily was, and I don't think it gave them a chance to really show their stage charisma, so I haven't been enjoying the performances as much as I have with their previous songs. Now this next opinion is about both the groups I just talked about, BTS and BLACKPINK. Just because those are the two groups that people are saying are at the forefront of American expansion. Everyone's saying, well, we already know that BTS has been the most successful group in the American market, but people are saying that they should spread, that they should go make an American album, they should go promote in America, and the same is being said for BLACKPINK. Everyone defines success as being in America and being, on the music shows and the nighttime shows and the talk shows. But in my unpopular opinion, I don't think that should be a goal or a sign of success. I don't think American expansion is ever a good idea for a K-pop group. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't mean that groups shouldn't be international, that they shouldn't strive to have their songs playing on the radio all around the world or have K-pop fans all around the world and be able to do stadium tours all around the world. I just don't think that there's any reason why a K-pop group should want to move to America and work on songs there and promote primarily for any period of time in the American market. In the past, we've seen people try to do this and have it fail miserably, and people said, oh, it wasn't the right time, it wasn't the right whatever, but I just don't think it's the right idea. Wonder Girls was the first group to try this when they came out with nobody, and I think they opened for the Jonas Brothers or something like that, and people were into it, but it was just like, it was more of a novelty, because American music stages are made, like they're designed for bands, they're designed for singers, maybe singers with backup dancers, but they're not designed for the type of music that K-pop groups do. You can love an American artist, but what you're seeing from them, for the most part, aside from maybe talk show interviews, is their music. You hear it on the radio, you hear it, on your Spotify playlist, whatever, but that's what you know them for. In K-pop, it's not just about the music. I mean, the music is a huge part of it, and it's not to say that the music isn't good. I love K-pop music, it's one of my favorite genres, but there's so much more to K-pop. It's so much about the performance aspect and the visual aspect and the music videos and the dances and the choreography. You're not just loving BTS and BLACKPINK because you think they're the best singers in the entire world, although you might think that. You also love them because of their charismatic stage performances and their amazing dancing ability and choreography. But there's no place for that in American music. Not that there's no place for it and they shouldn't try, it's that that's not what the American market is built for or looks for. There's no foundation, there's no infrastructure in place to make that type of performance shine the way it does in Korea. Not to say that it can't change or not to say that it's not good, but it's doing so well at doing what it's doing where it is. The fact that they can perform in Korea and be on Korean radio and Korean TV and still be so internationally loved and so internationally successful, I think is a sign of what they're doing right, not what they're doing wrong. The fact that K-pop groups can come on world tours everywhere and book out stadiums is insane. And it shows what they're doing because some North American artists can't even book out stadiums in countries that speak their same language. And they say that they're striving for expansion and success, but I think they've already reached success in the North American market because I live in Canada and I can go to big retail stores like H&M and Forever 21 and you'll hear BTS on the radio, you'll hear DNA, you'll hear Fake Love. I was in a smaller shop the other day and I even heard Four Walls playing on the radio from FX. That's not even a current song. It's not even necessarily the most popular thing, and it came out before K-pop was huge in North America, but it was still playing on the radio and it fit with everything in there. So I think in that way, they're already successful here in a sonic capacity, which is what the North American market is looking for, not necessarily stage dances and performances. There's no music shows here on a weekly basis where they can go perform. The best they can hope for here in terms of something similar is when they go on the late night talk shows. For example, when BTS goes on, or even a while ago when Girls' Generation went on when they were promoting The Boys. And the stage they had to perform on was abysmal. It was so bad. It was so tiny. They were just like standing on the floor in front of the audience just doing their choreography in a setting that wasn't meant for it. And the same with BTS. Their first American performance, the North American market was looking at it being like, wow, this is incredible, but any K-pop fan can tell you it wasn't their strongest performance because that stage wasn't set up for what K-pop has to offer. The audio system wasn't set up for it, the setup of the stage wasn't meant for it, the cameras weren't ready for it, so it's just not as good as it was in Korea. Now, I may be totally wrong, and there may be a huge shift in the next few years where maybe even Western artists might start doing choreography and dancing and things like that. Maybe everything will change and they'll just be setups perfect for everything. But the way it is now, I think they shouldn't focus on American expansion and they should just continue doing what they're doing now. Now, my final unpopular opinion is about GIDLE. I think GIDLE is really cool. I really like their debut song. I think everyone does. It was super exceptional for a debut group, and it really let them build their footing in the K-pop world and become known. Their members are really unique in visuals, in skill, in charisma, and vocals, but I don't think that GIDLE should have come out, period. Now, why do I think that? I think Cube has a bad habit of oversaturating and trying to do quantity over quality. What happened to CLC? And I know CLC is gonna keep producing, but they just had a massive hit with Black Dress. Everyone loved that song. It was fire. I was super into it. I was playing it on repeat every day. And then they come out with GIDLE. Now, I don't know exactly if that was the timeline, but I think CLC is only getting better and better. So the fact that they released GIDLE, where now they're splitting their attention, they're splitting their money between these two girl groups that are pretty much doing the same thing. Their concepts are really similar. I would understand if they maybe wanted to do a ballad group and a dance group, or a dance group and a hip-hop group, but their songs are really the same. A GIDLE song could be a CLC song and vice versa. So why would they not just focus on CLC? And I know a lot of people are saying that GIDLE members are more unique looking and more charismatic, but there's so many CLC members that are also super talented and super unique. They debuted so close together. Why didn't Cube just focus on making one strong girl group rather than having two that are doing the same thing at the same time? Usually when Cube releases a new group, it's because their last group is dwindling. When 4 Minute was kind of fizzling out, they released CLC. And you could argue that 4 Minute was more of an old school group and CLC was more of a new group with more of a youthful image, so they're reinvigorating in that kind of way. But CLC and GIDLE are both relatively new school groups, and they're doing exactly the same concept. They have the exact same thing to offer. So I don't understand why Cube would have put them out when they're doing the same thing. Also, the name GIDLE I don't like, but I don't think that's an unpopular opinion. My last unpopular opinion is about GIDLE and CLC as well, and that's that the female rappers are copying Hyuna's style. Now, I know a lot of people think the female rappers are copying Hyuna's style, so that's not what's unpopular. Hyuna's my favorite artist of all time. She's the person that got me into K-pop. So I feel like I have a different reason from what other people might feel about why I don't like that they copy her style. Because don't get me wrong, I love Hyuna's style. If every single person was just Hyuna, I would love that. But Hyuna didn't start with that style. When she originally came out with Wonder Girls, she had a completely different sound, like totally different, much like lower pitched, kind of more like, not sexy, because she's still sexy, but I don't know, a different sound. And as she worked, as she moved towards the end of Wonder Girls and the beginning of 4 Minute and also the beginning of her solo songs, she developed that sound and she changed that sound and she worked that sound for what worked with her and what would stand out for her and be unique for her. And since then, I think her style has become really iconic in K-pop. Anyone can recognize Hyuna's rapping, and it's also influenced a lot of other rappers. I remember when AOA first came out with their band concept, everyone said that Jimin's rapping sounded a lot like Hyuna's rapping. But of course, like, it's a really cool, unique style. Even though at the time, I think a lot of people found it a little bit annoying. I never did. But I'm not necessarily annoyed that the rappers in CLC and GIDLE are copying Hyuna's style. I'm annoyed because they're not going to have a chance to develop their own sound because of it. Cube obviously likes to repeat and push what does well, but they're not seeing the bigger picture. If Hyuna never took the time to develop her sound, she never would have become something iconic. And in the same way, GIDLE and CLC rappers, they're just going to continue to be rappers that sound like Hyuna. Everyone will keep listening to them, 4 or 5 years down the road, and be like, she sounds like Hyuna. Because they started them with a style that they didn't work towards, they didn't develop, they didn't build themselves, they're never going to have a chance to develop something different or unique. And I think that's really a huge loss for CLC, for GIDLE, and also for Cube as a whole, because we'll never know if the rappers had potential to do something new and different and unique that would influence K-pop down the road. And I think that's really unfortunate. So that's the end of this video. If you guys like this video, then let me know and I'll make my part 2. Again, the part 2 is going to be about Red Velvet, Twice, Momoland, and some other more general K-pop opinions. But if you don't like it, I won't do it. So let me know if you like it in the comments down below. Also, let me know your opinions about what I've said and just in general about K-pop and how you're feeling about these groups these days. If you have any unpopular opinions, or if you super disagree with something I said, let me know that too. I'd love to hear it. Again, they're just my opinions, so I hope no one gets offended or feelings hurt because, again, they're just opinions. And if you like this video, please like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe so you make sure that you don't miss the next video. Also, we've never asked this before, but if you could ring the notification bell too, that would be amazing. I didn't used to think it mattered, but now none of our subscribers and people that want to see our content are getting it. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully it wasn't too awkward just me being by myself, and I really hope you liked this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!